This episode, as all episodes have been for quite some time, is brought to you by MYBOOKIE.AG. Guys, you're missing out on all the fun games you could be playing as an adult, right? When you become an adult, guess what? You're not allowed to play tag anymore. You go to prison for that now. It's weird being an adult, running around, touching on people, and then running away. That's called assault now, brother. Can't do that. But some of the silly games you can play, Johnny boy, if you're listening, if you play silly games, you win silly prizes. So some of the silly games you could be playing now. You could be betting right now, tomorrow, or not tomorrow, this weekend, Ben Askren, first fight in the UFC, rather. Is the hype real? Ben Askren, wrestling extraordinaire? Is he the real deal Holyfield? Can he fight? Will he win? I'm saying no. Ben Askren's not winning this fight this weekend. I'm calling it. He's losing the fight. What's your bet going to be? MyBookie.ag, guys. It's the link in the bio. Go over there, show some love. When you deposit $100 or more, they match your deposit 100%. So, if you do $100, right, you play the bet, regardless of the results, in somewhere around 2 business days, you're going to have that $100 back into your account. If it's anything under than 100, it gets matched 50%. Guys, please play responsibly. Remember, over at MyBookie.ag, if you pay, you play, you win, you get paid. MyBookie.ag. Next up, another very, I'm so proud to have them as our sponsor, Soldier Socks. Guys, you may be thinking to yourself, I don't buy socks that often. Why would I buy Soldier Socks? This is why. One, whatever socks you have in your current sock drawer, if it's not Soldier Socks, it's trash. They're trash. You're missing out on the best socks over at Soldier Socks. Also, let's not be selfish, right? If you're getting the best socks, what do you want to do? You want to share that. You want to share that with a friend, right? You can share that with a friend you don't even know who's also protecting your freedom. Soldier Socks, when you buy a pair of socks, even if you use the discount code CAM10 and you get yourself a little savey save, service member still gets a pair of socks because of your purchase. So, you're out here saving soldiers' feet, really. SoldierSocks.com, use the code CAM10 in the link of the bio. Last but never least, B-Town CBD, bringing us the healing. We're going to spark one up in the middle of this podcast. We're going to get one all sparked. Brought to us by the B-Town CBD. That space candy, make you feel right. Guys, B-Town CBD is where it's at. You guys go over there, use code CAM20, saves you 20% on all orders over $19.99. He's already told me a lot of you guys are hitting him up. Guys, go over there, get that healing. Let's get into this episode.
You don't say that. So you're telling me there's a chance? Oh Jesus, help.
Vines, Dice, we're ready. We are here. Road to Redemption Podcast. It's your boy Cam. We in this bitch. Hello everyone. What's happening? Yeah, we're back here on the Road to Redemption Podcast. And guess what? I was in a bad mood when I started my day. Till I got in this podcast studio, got me some CBD in my system, and now I feel like dancing. What do y'all think about that? If you're having a rough middle of your week, guess what? It's over now. You're here. We're gonna talk through it. We're gonna work through it, right? I'm here for you. You're here for me. What the hell happened in my week this week? This week I went to the VA. That's something I never thought I would actually do. I went to the VA, the mental health part of it. They wanted to assess me. Came out that I do have PTSD, anxiety, depression. It is now certifiably put a stamp on it through the military. And yeah, it was a weird experience, man. It was very, very odd because they ask you pretty simple yes or no answers, and then if they need you to elaborate on something, they'll tell you to do so. But yeah, he really kept kind of digging and kept digging. It almost felt more like a therapy session. And then he came back and was like, "Yeah, dude, you for real? Like you have, you got some issues that you really need to start working through." And a lot of it was a lot to kind of get put on you like that. And it was one of the reasons I started what used to be called the Shatter It movement, because I wanted the stigma of just what a veteran was at the time to get stripped away. That not all veterans wear operators caps and grow beards and have tattoos and talk about kicking doors and drinking whiskey. Like, that's the stigma of what a veteran is. I at the time was all about shattering the stigmas on veterans. And then I kind of got away from the veteran specific, but when I sat in that office and he was putting all these things on me, and he was trying to put like these permanent marker stamps, lifelong stamps, like a life sentence. You have PTSD now. You have these things now. It's like, bitch, I've had them. I'm good. I'm still good. It's anxiety, depression, PTSD, these things that's, yes, there are very severe cases. There are. And from what this guy says, I have pretty severe ones of some of them. This is a game that you're playing internally, right? PTSD, anxiety, depression. Yes, the meds might help. They might. But from everything that I've seen over the last little bit in time, these meds aren't helping. In some very extreme circumstances, yes. But it's just getting to a point now where we're losing more lives because of these meds. Right now, just a couple days ago, a comedian named Brody Stevens hung himself after years of being known as one of the most positive, loving people in the world. He hung himself because he came off his medication because he said he didn't like who he was while he was on them. And he came off of them, I think, against doctor's advice. He came off, and then he ended up hanging himself. And you're like, okay, see, so in that situation, those meds were really helping him. They were saving his life. So, obviously, I'm not like anti-big pharma. That's not what this is about. But I just want you to know, whether you take medicine or not, whether you use CBD or not, whatever your thing is, whether you drink or not, I'll tell you, substances don't make it go away. It doesn't go away. It never really goes away, right? And we talk about that, coming to peace with it, accepting it, understanding it's a part of you, but it doesn't have to be your identity, and then moving on from that. So I'm not going to rehash on that, but when you get these diagnoses, when you get these diagnoses, take them with a grain of salt, to a sense, right? Because he obviously asked about my drinking history and whatnot, and I had told him, and he has my chart, so he knew I got DUIs and stuff like that. He then proceeded to tell me that he was in AA for 35 years, and he still goes to meetings every single day. So, what that tells me is this guy is an AA kind of junkie. That's like his church. AA for a lot of people kind of becomes their religion. And it even has a little bit of religion in it, while also having none. It's kind of weird. If you guys ever really just want to take a weird walk one day, find the closest AA meeting and fucking go to it. It's interesting, man. I think whether you're an addict or not, if that's the kind of shit that could work for somebody, it might work for you there. Just to work some shit out. I mean, literally, most meetings, it's just an opportunity for you to go in there and talk, kind of like what I'm doing here. You talk in an open forum, and you just say, hey, my name is you say, hi, my name's Cam and I'm an alcoholic, and everyone goes, hi, Cam, and then you talk, and then you just say your shit, and then when you're done talking, usually some people will just say, thank you for the time. And if you go too long, they'll ring a bell and they'll tell you, hey, man, your time's up. You can talk more later if you want, but somebody else's turn right now. And, I mean, honestly, you get to see some crazy shit. I'll tell you what, some of the wildest stories I've ever heard in I think I've done some shit. You go down to AA, boy, they're talking about fucking pulling turkeys out of family members and shit because they were drunk. Like, I don't know what the fuck is going on in these trailers out here in Tennessee, but, like, people need to not drink and hang out in trailers, I'll tell you that. Just statistically. Statistically, someone's either getting their ass whooped, something's getting caught on fire, a poultry is going inside of a human being, which is, I'm pretty sure, illegal in most countries. In most states, you can't put a poultry dish inside of a human being. It's just not something you're supposed to do. Guys, you could hear all these stories just down at your local VA. Or, you're not VA. Well, you might find it there too. But the AA, and all you gotta do, hit up your Google, and Google AA meetings near me. And then have fun with your fucking Google ads for the next month until it realizes you were doing something one time. You're gonna have so many AA ads and advertisements flooded into your shit. It's ridiculous. Yeah, so what the heck is going on with you guys? Alright? Enough about me. Let's talk about you there, good lookings. What the heck is going on with you guys? Let's see what I got. I am hosting the show. Yesterday, if you guys haven't listened to this, the last episode with Taylor and Tyler, please go do that. And then in that, if you watch it on the YouTube channel, you'll actually see that I did the same thing I just tried to do right now. Bail out on my own fucking show. I got up midway and I had to pee. I drank a lot of fluids. As you guys could see, people have been mocking us since the episode aired. If you watch it on YouTube, you can see that every one of us, we all three have like multiple bottles of things to drink. Like we look like crackheads in here with all the waters and the Monsters and the sodas and whatever. There was a ton of fluids flowing. Not R. Kelly style, okay? Not R. Kelly style fluid floating. You nasties. I'm trying not to swear so much. Oh, here we go. Dr. Cam's in the house, right? Welcome back to this episode of Dr. Cam's in the house. I put it together a weird connection, right? People who cannot take a compliment, right? It's very difficult. I'm a person like this. I don't like it, even though I love, like, every time the followers on Instagram message me and go, hey, what you're doing is so amazing. I love that kind of shit. But what I don't like is, if I went to a place with people I actually know in a social situation, I don't want someone to be like, damn, Cam, I like your haircut, or I like the way you trimmed your beard. I don't want that. I don't do well with that. Because it makes me reassess, why did they only mention hair? Is my clothes not good? I don't do well, right, with compliments. And I realized, I think all people who have really hard time getting compliments, I think that they are also people with very low self-esteem. So watch that in yourself. Watch for the next time somebody compliments you. Do you immediately try to turn around and sandbag the compliment? Oh, this whole thing, don't do that. It really helps to start to build some self-confidence for yourself when somebody says, hey man, thank you for talking with me today. I think you're one of the smartest people I've talked to in a long time, and I really enjoyed the conversation. Just say thank you. You don't have to then downplay yourself. Or if you're at work and somebody goes, hey man, you did a really great job in there. Don't be like, oh, it was a team effort. Say thank you. And take that. Feel that. We spend so much time and we spend so much energy fighting off bad feelings. But then when good feelings come in, we're like, oh, this fucking thing's weird. I don't like this. Oh, deflect. Deflect. Don't look at me. Because we're so used to anxiety and depression and just all kinds of crazy shit that goes through our heads during a day. So yeah, I wanted to encourage you guys, man. If you find, I want you to start paying attention to it now. If you find that you have a hard time accepting a compliment, that you have probably self-esteem issues, I want to say. And there's nothing wrong with that. I think all of us, to a sense, have a self-esteem issue. I know myself, when I look at, I look at myself in the mirror fucking 100 times before I leave in the morning. And I hate that I do it because I feel like I'm being a vain dick. But like, I just want to make sure that I look good and I look presentable. To me, I don't see that as an ego thing. I see that as, to me, I represent a lot of people. I represent my kids. I represent my wife. I represent the company that I work for. I also represent myself on social media and stuff like that. And I talk with people and I'm constantly networking. So I always want to look presentable. I don't want to look crazy. And I have a specific style that I think I have, which is kind of a business casual, the new kind of age business casual. I usually wear, well, these pants are something that I wear almost every day. They're my favorite pants and I wear them all the time. And don't act like that's a fucking weird thing. So you guys have favorite pants that you wear multiple days in a row. Don't act like you don't. And yeah, so like right now I'm wearing this sweater from Homage. So if you were to walk up to me right now, I think we could still try to make a business or a networking opportunity happen, even regardless of the sweater kind of collegiate, right? So yeah, take pride in yourself. It's okay. That's another one. We always want to tell someone like, oh, you're so, because you're always looking in the mirror and you always want your hair to be done. It's like, well, guess what? You have to do that kind of shit in the military too. Now, yes, a lot of military people can come out to be vain, but in the same regard, it's like being presentable is a thing. My uncle always used to say this, and I don't know where he got it from. He might have originated it. But he used to say, like, if you look good when you show up to a football game, you're going to play well. If you look good, you play good. They always used to tell us that. Unfortunately, I look like you shoved a number 2 pencil inside of one of those helmets, and it just came out on the other side to a pair of cleats. 10.5s, right? I've had a beard and 10.5 size feet since I was like 12 years old. So I was a pencil of a kid with some big ass clunkers and fucking stubble on my face. But I was skinny as hell and not strong at all. So I didn't really get to look good, right? I had all the dopest shit. My dad always bought me like the dopest cleats and the gloves or anything I needed. Your boy was just not very good until I got into high school, and then I kind of grew into my body, and I started slanging that thing at quarterback at Westland High School. But I was the backup. First play I got in a varsity game, 2 big old 300-pound dudes sandwiched me as I was running off on the sideline, and I never played football again because I got a concussion, and I was like, yep, fuck this, I'm good, I don't want to do this anymore. So all that to say, guys, have confidence in yourself. Look up, look up. Always keep your chin up, always be looking, so that way when you find a mirror, you can be like, bam, I do look good today. Confidence, people. It's confidence. We want to build confidence in this motherfucker. Would you rather make $1 million a year doing something you hate, or make $40K doing a job you love? I think that's very easy. You would take the job that you love for $40,000, and then you would adjust your lifestyle to live comfortably at $40,000. I don't think anybody would want a ton of money but spending the majority of their time doing something that they hate. Everyone's, I think people, if you ask someone who's more of a rash decision maker, they might go, oh, I have $1 million, because at least, I have $1 million regardless of what my work life is like. I think we can all admit as adults that your work life really affects who you are as a person. So I don't know. I think you would live a better quality life doing what you love every day. And $40,000, I mean, in America, in the right cities, you can live on that. Now, it's not easy, especially when you start having kids and shit, but you could. So yeah, I don't think that's a real hard question. But you guys let me know. So I want you guys to start commenting on these videos. Whatever platform you're listening to, unless it's iTunes, you cannot comment on any of the episodes. Guys, start engaging, start talking. Let's start getting more into what you guys want to hear, what you guys think. If you guys want to write in, if you guys need advice you guys can always write in. And I'm not going to keep plugging the Instagram. If you guys want to write in and just tell me in the subject line what it is. You want advice, you guys want to send in movies that you want me to see or movies you want me to talk about. Just tell me what the subject is that I'll talk about anything you want. To a point. Let's keep it appropriate. Never mind. I'm not going to say that. Yeah, email it to road, ROAD, the number 2, redemptionpodcast@gmail.com. You guys can send anything you want me to talk about, and I'll filter through them, and if you guys send something crazy, obviously it's not coming on the show. But yeah, I want to start hearing from you guys, man. I always like hearing your stories, and you guys always talk about how I inspire you. Well, maybe your story or something you need advice with could help me work through some shit too, right? So I would appreciate if you guys did that. Brody Stevens, we talked about him. We could talk about, yeah, sure. Let's talk about a little pet peeve that I have. This is not often a business or sales type podcast, but I do have that in my repertoire. I have studied business sales and human resource management, and that was my major focus in college, even though I didn't graduate. And I was actually in high school. I went through something that was called college tech. It was a college tech pathway. A lot of people called it the dumb kids because we weren't college prep. You're supposed to come out in college tech and go to like a technical school and learn a trade, right? That's what I did. But all my trade was business, sales, human resources. So they were prepping me to go to a community college and get a human resources major degree, which is ultimately what I did many years later after the military. But one thing I don't like, I really don't like it, and I bet I could find it. I'm not going to take the time. But like, I was reaching out to a company because they followed me, obviously, on Instagram, and because of something that I had posted with the hashtag, I get why they started following me. But I was like, yeah, I could just tell by the whole page. I'm like, these guys are just salesy. So I DM'd them just because I was curious. And I said, hey guys, I'm interested in your product. What is this thing, or what? I don't even remember what the product was now. But I was like, how does it work? Tell me more about it. And they didn't respond for like an hour and a half, 2 hours. And then I got the response back, and it was very clearly an automated response. And it was like, thank you for following blah 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 for the top quality, highest grade, this, that, and the other. Here's the link. And I was like, and I was typing back. I said, I think there was a misunderstanding. I was asking, like, I get what they sent a link, but I could just tell that wasn't a person that was acknowledging what I was saying. So I said, well, no, I didn't need all that. I'm just asking, like, what made you guys want to do this? What made you guys want to start this? And then it was like, it was a list of all their products with prices. And then I was like, yeah, again, I'm not really trying to look at that. I'm trying to ask you guys, like, about your business, what made you want to get it started. And he goes, thanks so much for checking out the page. At checkout, here's an exclusive code for you, exclusive 1. And it's like, what the fuck, dude? Like, it's clearly not a person. This is somebody who has an automated message being sent to people because they literally can't be bothered to communicate. And there's up-and-coming business. They're going to fucking fail. They're going to fail. And I hope they do. If that's what the kind of shit they think is appropriate to talk to, to talk to their customer base, it's just fucking ridiculous. And all this backdoor sales bullshit I hate anyway on fucking Instagram. And you guys are going to see me get upset because I'm fucking tired of it. I'm so goddamn sick and tired of every single person. Everybody does it. They start by talking shit about people who are influencers and have promo codes and all this shit. They talk shit about it. And then they get into their Instagram, they start getting some likes, and then they want to be a fucking influencer, right? And then so what do? They start taking on network marketing schemes and pyramid schemes and Herbalife and all this shit, right? Now again, I'm not trashing those things. I think they're great. If that's what makes you happy, great, do what you want to do. And now this big one is doTERRA fucking oils. My mom's one of their sales, like, it's a thing. I didn't know people did that with fucking essential oils, but they do. But what I don't fucking like is when somebody messages you, which I had this happen today. Lady messaged me and goes, "Hey, I really like your stuff. I would love to collab. I see you do a podcast. By the way, I haven't listened to a single episode." She felt the need to mention that. It was like, "I feel like we could really collab." I go and look on her page. She's got like 3,000 followers. She's an author of like a fucking woman's empowerment march kind of thing. Like, what the fuck are we gonna talk about? You're just wasting people's time placing spam ads in DM boxes of people you would not collaborate well with. But that's how you think growing an audience happens, is you just fucking show up smiling with your book in your fucking hand and go, "Oh, hey." Like, what the fuck are we gonna talk about women's empowerment? I got a empowered woman sitting out there and she can't stand bitches like this. So, I mean, I'm so tired of people playing sales gimmicks on people. Follow for unfollow. To fucking, you like one picture of something that you didn't know they were trying to sell, but I don't know, somebody's holding up a cup of fucking coffee and you like the picture. Now 2 minutes later you got a fucking DM going, "Hey, sorry you like my picture. Here's my link and this is why I started it because I'm a this and that and this is what made me want to start a coffee company. And by the way, you can use an exclusive code IG2. That's exclusive for you. Please don't tell your friends." It's like, give me a fucking break before I smash my head through a table. Like, what the fuck are we doing? Why are we talking to people like they're morons? And it works. It works. These companies, Booked Up Subs is another one. They fucking got massive off social media, and they all do shit like that. They give some Tweedle nuts in any gym. You pick any dumbass out of any fucking gym, and they would go, "Hey man, you want to be a Booked Up Subs ambassador? Yeah, Booked Up, yeah." And these guys are like, "Fuck yeah, dude, Booked Up." And they buy all this shit because they get a 30% or 40% fucking promo code for them to use for themselves. And then they have a 20% one that they push off on their customers. And this kid, don't knowing goddamn well he's only got 200 followers and he's not selling that shit to nobody. He just is now a return customer for Booked Up Subs, and he's out there with a fucking string rod going, "Oh, Booked Up Subs." Like, you're a fucking moron. But that kid just thinks he's cool, right? I get that. Booked Up Subs is a fucking asshole because they're lying to people. They're trying to make people feel special for things. It's bullshit. Just tell the kid that you want to make him a return customer. Don't fucking lie to him and make him seem like he's a marketing fucking whiz who's going to be a top fitness influencer. It's bullshit. It's absolute bullshit. I'm done. I'm not going to yell anymore. Whew! Guys, light flick, so that means you know what's coming. We're going to spark this thing up, right? Hold on, 1 second. In the land that we're living in, I say this often, I'll be real surprised if my camera's still rolling actually. In the day that we live in today, oh look at that, it is. You've got to learn how to get the shit out. You got to learn when something's fucking bothering you, say it. When something rubbed you the wrong way, fucking say it. Okay? I'm not opposed to that. If it means, YouTube just saw I almost choked on my own fucking smoke like an idiot. If somebody is trying to cause you harm, if somebody is trying to cause a misjustice to you, if somebody is making attempts at you that are clearly wrong, I want you guys to say something. Speak up. Here's what I don't want you to do. I do not want you to listen to everything that is said on the news, on the mainstream media sites, and base your fucking lives off of that. It doesn't make sense to do shit like that. You are watching a television show who is trying to persuade you to do something or think a certain way or vote a certain way, and then guess what they do right after that? They feed you an ad after they just told you that doom and gloom is coming. It's always fucking doom and gloom. It's never good. It's never anything good. It's doom and gloom from CNN, Fox News, MSNBC, all of them. Doom and gloom. Then, what's the following fucking commercial that comes on? Are stocks and bonds in the toilet? Well, you need to buy gold, or you need to buy silver. There's silver stock is rising, and give me a fucking break, yo. Like, but you gotta learn. You gotta learn what you need to guard yourself against. Because it's all manipulation tactics. That's all sales are. Sales are, how can I manipulate a person to care about something that they don't care about? Currently. Now again, that doesn't mean that whatever you're trying to get them to care about, that doesn't mean that it could not provide an honest value to their life. It doesn't mean that. Most people, they'll shop around, they'll figure out what the new hip thing is. People will have that desire to know that kind of shit. But what is wrong, I think, in my opinion, is if I make a decision, right? And my favorite drink is Gruyeki yerba mates, right? You guys know that. I'm surprised I don't have one in here. But finances have been tight. I haven't been able to get it. If I say that verbally, or I make it very clear because it's in my videos, does another yerba mate company have the right to go into my DM box and try to persuade me? Yes, and they do it quite often. They try to get me to use their shit, and I drink it, and I try it, and I tell people what I think about it. I just did one the other day for mat tea. It's not yerba mate, it's a different kind of tea, but it was really good. I was very impressed. But the person never really followed up again. They just wanted me to try it, so I never really, I didn't become a return customer because of it, but I would buy them again if I saw them. But there was no customer service follow-up, which, again, I look for. In companies that want to work with me, I always tell them, your customer service needs to be, the quality of whatever the product is that you're selling needs to be top shelf. At the same time, your fucking customer service better be there too. Because I'm not going to send people to you and then them get disrespected, them get lied to. Guys, I do a lot of funneling for you. And I say that, and I know how it sounds, but I hope you know, I don't let anybody, I don't let just anybody talk to you guys. Whether they're all talking through me, right? They have ads or whatever the situation may be, or I'm talking about their product. They're speaking through me. I'm telling you the benefits of whatever it is. What I will not allow is for just anybody to talk to you guys. I had somebody that wanted to sponsor the show. This was the backdoor sales as well. He wanted to sponsor the show, that's what he said. He was a life coach, again, air quotes. He was a life coach, and he was starting a podcast, but in his bio it already said he was one of the top 15 business podcasts in the world, even though he told me he was just launching it on Monday. And then he wanted the ad space to be me telling you guys to go buy a $700 course from a guy nobody's ever heard of, and for every package I sold, I got 20% of the $700. Hey, guess what? Go fuck yourself, buddy. People aren't buying a $129 DNA test to find out their own fucking ancestry. Somebody's gonna pay $700 to listen to a dude they've never fucking heard of? No. But again, you start by acting like you want to sponsor my show. Bitch, you're trying to get me to sell your bullshit. No. So again, we get a lot of stuff like that. Be very careful who you buy into. There's one person who I just recently blocked from my Instagram, and they followed me from the very start. This person would not stop posting the DM snapshots of when a fucking scammer has a picture of a service member and is trying to swoo them with, "My queen, you are goddess of whole world, you are beauty and excellence," and bitch, nobody thinks that that's real other than you. Nobody is being schooled by this. People see it, swipe it, delete it, block it. It's done. Every day, if you're outing these guys, you have a feed of bullshit. And I can't fucking stand it because she's always got these super sassy fucking comments to come behind it. Busted another scammer trying to be the U.S. military. Bitch, nobody's sending them money. Nobody's doing that. But, I say that, and then I get somebody who messages me and says, "Hey, I know you don't know me, but somebody used your pictures and said they were Brandon Williamson, and they said they were a service member, and we've dated for months online, and then I finally realized he was not you, it's not who he said he was, and I traced it back somehow through the internet, and I found you, this is the real you. But I just wanted you to know that, and also let you know, like, can we still be friends, because I fell in love with your face." So I clearly said no, that would be very inappropriate of me as a married man after the information you gave me to have any sort of conversation with you. But she sent this guy like $1,800. So that because he was stuck in a land far, far away that he wasn't allowed to talk about, and he needed a ticket to get home to her. So this lady sent him $1,800. People, what the fuck are we doing on social media? Guys, anonymity is a thing, but little fucking, what do you call them? Missionary kids in white shirts and black ties talking about our Lord and Savior, we used to slam doors in their faces, right? Why in the fuck are we sending money to people that you don't know over the internet, who you've never met, who you've never physically seen, but you're talking about getting married? What are we doing? What in the fuck are we doing? It makes me question. Are people legitimately, are all people born for success? Are they? Now, what is success? I get it. It's a spectrum. I get that. Are some of us meant the capacity for greatness to impact this world, the whole world, because of their actions here? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe these people have the kindest hearts and they just could not fathom that someone would lie. I could not for the life of me figure it out why someone would do that. So when that frustration came out, I took it out on the person that this all happened during similar times. I took it out on the person who's followed me for years because she kept posting these things. Like, I outed this one, but you could clearly see in the messages, she was talking to this guy. Like, she believed it until she got hoodwinked, then she put him up. Busted another one. It's like, how many times are you gonna, with the fuck are you doing, yo? Guys, protect your DM boxes. Protect your families. Hide your kids. Hide your wife. Because they sending money to everybody out here. Motherfuckers are nuts. But then bitch and moan about a $22 t-shirt. I'll tell you what. Some people. Guys, that's going to go ahead and be our episode for this Wednesday morning. Guys, please share this shit. Subscribe. Comment. At Kim Williamson Official. Again, if you guys want to write into the show, it's ROAD, R-O-A-D, the number 2, redemptionpodcast@gmail.com. Please make sure you're subscribed and have left a review on all of them. Go over to the YouTube, hit the subscribe button. Apple, boom, subscribe. If you listen on CastBox, wherever it is, hit that subscribe button and start engaging, guys. Let's get the word out about this show. The more it grows, the chance is I can come out and see you guys at a city near you and we can talk. We grab lunch first and then go in and I'll do the talk and then we'll do a Q&A, a whole deal. We're going to do it all. But it only happens because of you guys. I need you guys to share it. We got to spread this thing worldwide. Let's go. I want to come to your city, see you guys. Holla at your boy.